Hello everybody, it's Mr. Shonsky back again. I got like my bolo tie. I just got back from church with another tutorial. Today we're going to teach you how to find some copper wire. I mean, not illegally, of course, for making jewelry and jump rings and things like that of that nature. So what I've got today is this. This is just an old piece of cable wire. So like if you get cable internet run to your house, you know what I mean? Obviously don't use that because you'll be without cable. But we had some old wire that had been run previously that they didn't use, and so it just have a big long thing of it run out there. So, you know, if I need some copper wire, I go cut some off. What you would normally do, they usually have that connector little end, that little screw end piece. I get these pliers right here with a little cutter right here, and you cut the end off. Pow! It's got the rubber coating on the outside, and then it's got like a wire mesh, and then it's got this white plasticky stuff, and then it's got the 18 gauge copper wire on the inside of it. And that wire is usually like tarnish resistant because it's got to be to last long for your cable. Really sticky on the inside around that silverish mesh wire, so you're going to want to cut it off in a certain way that keeps that from sticking to your hands and everything, and I'll show you how to do that. Also, if you have like an old phone jack in the wall that's out of service, you think you're never going to use it again, you can open that up, and a lot of the times it's got copper wire that is solid, not braided or twisted wire or stranded wire. It usually comes in short lengths unless you follow the wire through the wall, you know what I mean, which is a lot more work than necessary. What I have found so far that the best wire to find is like old cable wire, if you can find that. If not, copper wire is pretty cheap. You can go buy some at Walmart, probably Lowe's, you know, pretty much anywhere that sells, you know, tools has copper wire, and it's pretty cheap. So what you're going to want to do is cut this casing down to the center wire. You don't want to cut too far because then you'll mar your wire that you're going to use, and then when you go to bend it, it'll break. So what I do is I'll cut the casing in about 4 to 5 inch lengths, like so. If you cut too big of a length, like a foot long, it's going to be really hard to pull the casing off. It takes a while, yes I know, but it also helps to do it in just about 4 or 5 inch lengths at a time. So what I'll do is I'll get my knife here and I'll saw just a little bit just to get it through that rubber casing until I can feel it hit that wire mesh a little bit, and then I'll just roll it and try to keep the blade centered so that the lines meet when it comes back around to itself. And you can hear it crunch through that wire mesh. Like I said, you don't want to go too deep, just enough to kind of get through that wire mesh a little bit. So I'll grab it with my pliers here right about where I cut it, right in front of it, and I'll just twist it till it's twisting all the way around freely, and I can kind of see that inner wire like that. See, it's freely spinning, and then you just pull it off and it all comes out at once. You ain't got to mess with that nasty sticky glue or whatever on the inside, and you got your wire showing. And then you move on to the next section, and you do it again, about 4 or 5 inches worth. Just kind of roll it to get through that first rubber coating and the wire meshing. You don't even have to use your pliers, really. You can see I can just twist it like that with my hand after I've cut it, and then pull it off. Sometimes you might have to twist a little hard to break that mesh if you didn't cut all the way through it. If it ever gets to where you can't pull it, so I'll hold it here past the cut, then I'll grab this end of the casing and I'll slide it off. Boom. And it's done. It's off. And then you have all this beautiful, see, I did mar right there a little bit. It might break right there when twisting it, so just got to be careful, but it's okay. It'll work just fine. And we'll come back when I'm done doing this and I have the wire, and we'll get to showing you how to make jump rings. Alright, that's it for today's video. I've got a lot of stuff to do today, so we're going to cut it short today, and we can come back for a part 2 tomorrow and figure out how to actually coil the wire into jump rings and how to cut them and all that good stuff. Spread the love, you know what I mean? Hit that like, Hit that share, hit that follow, comment, do what you gotta do. People can learn some things or find some products that they might want for themselves that they've been looking for their whole lives or something. You never know. I love y'all. Y'all have a good day.